Steve Smith is one of the best test batters in the world currently, right? He may have few technical deficiencies. He may not struggle against many bowlers. But if at the Delhi test, if there is one thing which is certified about Steve Smith, he has one major nightmare. And that nightmare is Ravichandran Ashwin. Today, in the first session, you itself saw how Steve Smith looked to take the attack on, but at the same time, just could not get going. Consider this, the setup. First ball, Smith downs the track to smother the ball down onto the ground. Number one. Number two, Ashwin pushed a quicker delivery that went straight across. No turn, no spin, no drift. Smith, looking at the length, poked at it and edged it to KS Bharat, and he was dismissed for a silver duck, a 2-ball duck. Now this is very rare that Steve Smith gets out for a duck in test matches. In fact, out of all his 80 plus test matches that he's played, he's been dismissed for a duck only 9 times. Meaning once in 9 tests, he gets dismissed for a duck, or once in 10 tests. But why is Ravichandran Ashwin becoming such a nightmare for Steve Smith? Because when he got dismissed, Ashwin achieved a unique record against Steve Smith. So Steve Smith was dismissed for a 2-ball duck in the Delhi test by Ravichandran Ashwin, and it was for the 7th time that Ashwin dismissed Steve Smith. He now has dismissed him the joint most among spinners. Ashwin is level with 7 with Yasir Shah, the Pakistan leg spinner. Remember, if there was one kryptonite, even in Steve Smith's peak during the period of 2014 till 2019, it was his efficiency against leg spin. Yasir Shah exploited it quite a couple of times, and now Ravichandran Ashwin, his off spinners have dented Steve Smith's confidence, and it has exposed a broader, now unhidden fact about Steve Smith and spin. Now, Ashwin is only behind Stuart Broad and James Anderson as the play bowlers who have dismissed Steve Smith the most times in tests. Broad has dismissed him 9 times, Anderson has dismissed him 8 times. Ashwin is higher than Yasir Shah because his average when he's bowling to Steve Smith as far as dismissals is concerned is only 38. But now in the Smith versus Ashwin head-to-head battle, this is now a very telling stat. 419 runs, 713 balls. Smith may have held the upper edge from 2013 onwards until 2017. But in the last 4 years, Ashwin has come back in a big way. 7 dismissals from an average of 68 that he had against India, it's now dipped to 59. Because of that, 68 that he averaged against Ashwin, it's now down by 9 to 59. And his strike rate from 65 plus has now come down to 58. Ashwin clearly has caused problems to Steve Smith, in particular in 2020-2021, where all the exploits of Pujara, Pant, the bowlers were all in good array at that point in time. But Smith was dismissed 3 times for low scores, and it was all thanks to Ravichandran Ashwin. So Ashwin's stranglehold over Smith has continued, and that is why now it remains to be seen whether he can come back out of the rut. Now you'll also understand one more thing. Ravichandran Ashwin is now the only bowler to get Steve Smith out for a duck twice. And Steve Smith's 2 ducks against India are only because of Ravichandran Ashwin, one in Melbourne and now in Delhi. And there is a general weakness against spin that Ashwin has exposed on Steve Smith. Why is that? Because out of his 9 ducks that he's gotten in tests, 5 have come against spinners. And look at who dominates on top. Ravichandran Ashwin has gotten out twice. Then predominantly you have left arm spinners who are troubling Steve Smith a lot more. Keshav Maharaj has dismissed him for a duck. Zulfikar Babar of Pakistan in the 2014 series in the UAE dismissed him once. And Prabhat Jayasuriya in the Gaul test, he got Steve Smith out for a duck. But overall, if you look at it, Smith seems to be struggling against all the gambits of spin. Leg spin, off spin, left arm orthodox, you name it, Smith has struggled. Because Ashwin and Yasir Shah, 7 times each, off spin and leg spin have troubled him. But look at this stat below. Rangana Herath 5, Ravindra Jadeja 5 and Keshav Maharaj have had success against him. All of them have dismissed him 5 times while Maharaj has managed to do it 4 times. Look at the other spinners in the list who have troubled Steve Smith and have gotten him out. Joe Root, Moeen Ali, Dean Elgar of all people, Danish Kaneria, and Taijul Islam. Taijul Islam in the 2017 series in Bangladesh really troubled Steve Smith. Although Smith made runs, but he still was troubled. Smith may have scored a century even against Sri Lanka in 2016, but Rangana Herath really troubled him. Now, this is where the major problem is for Steve Smith. Last 3 years, if you look at his average against spin, it is only 36. And that is why you can say that Steve Smith's kryptonite is almost now far too imminent at this point in time. 5 out of his 9 ducks have come against spin in the current series that is going on in India. 2 dismissals have come against spin. One left arm, Jadeja got to sneak it in past his defense, and now Ravichandran Ashwin. Both straight deliveries. Smith played down the wrong line and was caught and bowled in both the innings. So now at this point in time, at the very beginning, Steve Smith held the decisive advantage against Ravichandran Ashwin. But now Ashwin has struck back and has gotten him out for 7 times. Anyway, his stranglehold against left-handers is brilliant, but against the Fab 3, he has a great record even against Joe Root. He also has a fabulous record against Kane Williamson. Steve Smith now is on top of Ashwin's victims when it comes to the Fab 3. How will Steve Smith recover from all this? Can Ashwin continue the stranglehold? All that remains to be seen at this point in time, because the Delhi test is just beginning. Who knows, in Indore and in Ahmedabad, Smith might still struggle. Thank you so much, folks, for this video. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you.